Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new documentary War Game from directors Tony Gerber and Jesse Moss. And this film focuses on U.S. officials simulating a coup after a disputed election. Sound familiar? And this documentary is certainly going to be one of those films that pushes a lot of buttons. And I can guarantee you there's a big chunk of the population that will automatically say this film is terrible, this film is evil, blah blah blah, evil, blah. This film is such an interesting experience because it brings to a more tangible light a lot of the concerning patterns in terms of behavior in certain Americans, including military groups that are starting to become more fringe and believing that they have the perspective to say who's the true president and not, follow the orders that are given to them by the actual president. And having this feeling of the election has been stolen. My guy lost. It had to be a fraud. And all of these very tangible feelings that are experienced by a lot of people in our country, bringing that to the forefront. This film is sleek and has like this more intense feel to it than a lot of documentaries. It has like a grittiness to how the film looks and the filmmaking looks, and I think that helps with the weight of the situation because this is extremely serious. And this is such an elaborate, interesting exercise that is really brought to life in an interesting way by Gerber and Moss in terms of showing, like, how would you respond to this? And they have, like, these militant groups that are pulling charade, acting like they're some kind of religious group, and how it's like the White House says something, tweets something, and how's this group going to respond, and playing out all these different kinds of scenarios, really bringing some concern to life and being able to manipulate and navigate it without it having the real stakes is such an interesting development. And war games are a thing where it's like military kind of practices war, but in like a more safe zone situation. This is practicing a coup in a more safe zone experience. And I think that all of the government officials who they get to portray government officials in the fictionalized version of America do a really great job of hitting their marks, delivering what they need to do to make this feel as authentic and engrossing as possible. I was honestly a little like, for a little bit, I'm like, is this actually happening? Or is this like a narrative thing about a simulation of a coup? Because it felt that real at times and that engrossing. So I could appreciate that as well. This is an interesting exercise that I think is certainly worth watching for all Americans and having an idea and really processing through some of these feelings that are held so close, but I don't know if really thinking about the bigger picture of things. And this film, I feel like, is eye-opening and can be a great way to open someone's perspectives up in terms of this kind of experience and what modern politics are like here in the United States. But those are my thoughts on War Game. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.